Okay. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the trip. I'm Gary, DWTT. I got Tony Turner with me. Should have some more people join us, but if not, it'll just be me and him. But before we do that, this is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the show. Yeah. And say hello to everybody, and then we'll get into it. Bix is in the house. Welcome to you. Stefan has joined us. Welcome, welcome. And as you can see, we got Tony has joined us. Oh, somebody just pressed a button. Somebody just pressed it. It wasn't me. So, Tony, how are you doing?
I'm getting better after
Okay.
being almost dead. Sepsis,
Tony.
sepsis failure, kidney failure.
We're going to blame this one on Tony. Not on
Yeah.
Tony. We're going to blame this one on Mr. Tom.
He has blamed me for it. You made that as a joke. He hasn't actually blamed me for it. Tony, tell Gary the reason you believe you actually spent a week in hospital.
Before you answer that question, welcome Mr. Tom to the show. How are you doing?
We'll do all that. Stop the presses. I want to know why Tony nearly died last week. I know the answer, so I mean, I'll just say I want to know. I know that Tony, please, for the internet, the World Wide Web, www.youtube.com/DWTT, don't waste a tweet and all that. Tony, why were you in hospital last week? Boom, do it.
Because I ate a bag of crisp in one day.
And so we can blame Mr. Tom for that because Mr. Tom's Crisp of the Week segment probably did that to Tony. Tony was,
Yeah,
you know what? It's that fear of missing out thing. You know, you ever hear that FOMO stuff kids say?
Yeah.
He was so jealous of your segment. He wanted in. Sometimes, you know what? You know what? Sometimes you just have to let the professionals do their job. I believe in fine print, you'll see it on the bottom of the crisp. It says the crisp segment is just not for everyone. Mr. Tom is a
but I do have a flavor though that Gary might like.
You have a flavor, but you're not supposed to be eating.
I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm gonna show you what they are. I might eat one.
He might eat one. Here we go, people. So Tony decided he's gonna have some crisps. Decided to get some spicy crisps. Decides to eat all the crisps.
Hotter than hot.
And his body says, "No, I don't like that." And his body
hotter than hot jalapeno.
Sends him to the doctor.
Kettle cooked chips.
So
almost
crazy.
kills you.
You should have seen. You should have seen the look on my face when he said, it was because of your Chris segment that I nearly died. I was like, is that so? Some would argue that Tony paid the price for trying to eat at the big boys' table.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, some people just, you know what, Tony, now you know where you stand. There's levels to this thing, and you're not that level, buddy. It's all right. It's all right. Not everybody can be up there.
Maybe I'll have to go back to the beer of a week thing. Just have one fucking beer.
Yeah, maybe you're gonna have to do that. But
I think you should be going down to the bottled water of the week.
there you go. There you go. The flavored water. We're gonna go crazy with flavored water. Raven Knight has joined us. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Pure life.
There you go. Perfect. Your level. Savic going to Saudi. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. So everybody was after Savic, and seems nobody's after him that much. And only people that want to pay is teams from the Saudi league. Because I think, yeah, teams from the Saudi league. So is that a good thing or bad? I don't think it's a good thing if the Saudi league is the only one that wants you.
Are they hurting that much for players? Because they just seem like they've been going all
When's
out.
the last time you've heard like the Saudi league like in the same sense as any other football league?
That has to be getting better because
No. When's the last time you heard about something happened in the Saudi league today? Stop the presses. Let's talk about it.
Well, considering I don't know how to view the games.
Have you ever seen a tweet, a news article saying today so-and-so scored a hat trick?
I have seen that.
In the Saudi league?
Yes.
And did you stop to watch it?
No.
Okay, there you go. The strain of the week never fails. All right.
I could go back to that one.
Oh, Tony. Stan is in the house. Welcome to the show, Stan. Yeah. I would have liked Savic at Arsenal, but I think when you still have Partey and now you just bring in Rice, it's kind of hard to bring him in and find a spot for him. Yeah. Well, hasn't it just started? You know what? I don't know when the Saudi league started. I'm just saying this is, last season they weren't going after people, right? I don't remember them going after them last season. But
they were. They've been kind of loosely, but
I didn't
not as much as they have the last 6 months. They've been
okay. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, like I said, I didn't. There's leagues all around the world. You just didn't know they had this draw and this pull, and you definitely knew they had the money, and that is, they've decided to do that. It's not going to be that for a while. Yeah.
I do have one thing that might have triggered it though.
All right, so just a second here. Everybody's saying hello. Who doesn't follow the Saudi league? You're right, Stefan. I mean, you got to catch us on our weekend show. We're probably going to have some updates on the Saudi league. Last season they didn't have it. Now with Cristiano being there this year, the poll is definitely. You bring in one of the best players around in the world. It's gonna perk some heads and make people think up. What do you got to say, Tony?
As I say, but maybe the World Cup being in Qatar got people in that area more interested in football. The clubs have the money; they're all billionaires, so I think they're finally investing in it.
Yep. Got to make
it's kind of like a more, because you always heard of a China league, but I couldn't name you one China team.
True.
I could.
Who is it? Name one.
Port FC.
There you go, Tony. See, some people know. All right, Stefan. We'll see. Tony, Colonel Ward is saying hello. Tony's well. I hope you're okay. Yeah. Tony is here, so he is, as they say, upright, which is a good thing. But we found out that Tony is trying to be Mr. Tom, and there's only one Mr. Tom. So there you go. Stay in your
Oh,
lane. Stay in your lane, Mr.
I,
Mr. Tony.
I thought I brought good crisps, good selects and crisps.
No, the crisps almost killed you. So that sounds like you need to step back.
What's that be my new category then?
I don't
Gary?
know. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. I think as
Tom,
Mr.
Tom, Tom, what's your suggestion?
He said water, and I think that's a good idea. Let's go with Polo. You know, you can do the water segment because you got all the waters in the world, and you can let us know.
I didn't realise my 20 seconds of the week where I just eat a crisp was actually a danger to individuals. Didn't realise it.
A lot of things can happen in 20 seconds, obviously.
You damn near killed me, Tom. You said I blamed you. I didn't blame you. I said it was the crisp. But now I'm blaming you, Tom.
There you go.
You're responsible for my kidney shutting down, sepsis shock.
Oh, so there you go. Sam has joined us, and now he's following Al Hilali, the top Saudi team with the best camels in the sand. Okay. All right. Oh boy, you guys are funny. Everybody's checking out. So, whew, I guess we did see you. I guess we saw you guys yesterday. We had a little impromptu show, and Mr. Tom and Sam joined. You just talked about whatever, and we'll probably do the same thing. We've already spent like the first 10 minutes of this show about how Tony almost died from a crisp.
Same thing we talk about every week, Pinky.
You calling me Pinky? What is that?
Pinky in the brain.
It's my brain.
We're gonna do the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to avoid talking about Declan Rice.
Oh, you know what? I'm not going to talk about him, but I did. You know, for those who know Kieran Tierney, they know the man loves the snow. He likes the winter. He doesn't. He dresses with his shirt and shorts on. Now it's hot. The man's got on full tracksuit, looking like he's freezing. What?
He's trying to sweat out all the bad things he did. Maybe he had too much scotch.
So yeah.
Did he have too much whiskey, Tom?
Probably. I'm just thinking of ways to dig out Celtic because Stefan's
it's probably a little hard to get coaching badges. You got to know football, and obviously a lot of us don't.
It is hard to get coaching badges, though. To be fair, because of the time and the cost. Also, no, forget that. I was thinking of refereeing badges, not badges. You know what I mean? Refereeing qualifications. There are people that actively want to become football referees, knowing that it will lead to abuse. Some people like being abused.
Very true. And when you get in the public eye, half the people like you, half the people don't. So.
Well, the thing with refereeing, so not to get into that, but the thing with it is, it's at the top level, you're quite visible. The pay's really good. You're paid like a professional. The thing is, the amount of referees that are just over the park on a Sunday with no protection. We know what happened to the referee of the Conference League final because Jose Mourinho implied that Roma fans should abuse him. Implied. Okay. But there are 1,000 times more referees on Sunday afternoon that get treated even worse than that. And
very true.
And they wonder why people don't want to do it. So go on.
I can't see the full length of your shirt. Wondering if it's Leads Away or Ric Flair's suit.
Yeah, we
Sam's got a wife. Oh,
We did
Stefan.
that 6 months ago.
Yeah. The audio is working loud and clear. All right. That's why they have wives called Karen. Wow. He's been unfaithful. Ooh, Stefan. Uh-oh. Maybe missed. Maybe
It's going to be that stony fella he goes on about.
Sam said as long as you come home, he's all right. Well, this is a lot of stuff here. Colonel, the basic ones are not bad, but the UEFA and FIFA badges take time and are like proper studies. They're expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive.
And you have to be a coach registered with a club and the league.
They're expensive if you weren't a professional footballer and on the wages that commands. Like you're talking thousands to get these badges, which is obviously why it's very rare to find people that weren't professional footballers end up as coaches and things like that.
True. I mean, if you look at some of the the professional referees in the professional sports over here in the States, and a lot of times some of them are like attorneys. So as you say, it's not, and some of them have played, some of them haven't. But you know what, they're up there in stature. So yeah, 225 to be is that like a Sunday league? Because I know like over here you can work your way up and stuff. You start in the like the rec leagues and stuff, and you can work your way into the high school, and in the high school you start working your way into the college, and this is and then move your way up. It takes time.
Getting referee badges will be easier than getting coaching badges because they want more referees because there's less of them because of the shit you get on the way up, like referees getting hospitalized and stuff because of a decision that a dad didn't like or whatever. So they want you to do it, and they want you to progress, but they're not going to help you survive that Sunday afternoon itself.
Yep. No, for sure. And
have you ever seen Russ on a Sunday morning? Just throw this out. Anyone ever seen Russ on a Sunday morning? But I bet he's all over Hackney Marshes and things like that, beating up refs.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
You ever seen him on the Sunday? You ever seen it? We only ever see him after the Sunday games are finished.
Well, there you go.
Just throwing it out there.
Russ.
I think Russ has like a sling on each side, 2 batons. What do you guys call them out there now, Tom? Is it still
the
Billy clubs?
The Billy clubs, the truncheons, yeah.
Truncheons just sounds weird. That sounds like maybe with chips that almost killed me.
That's causing chaos and Hackney Marshes, everything. Yep. Told you. All I'm saying is, right, I'm not saying he definitely has done that, but his absence implies that he may be doing that. So.
Okay. The comments of the show
it's
participants
Blobby,
are not those of the show itself. So can we have what does it say? I don't know who is Stefan. Okay.
The mystery individual at the BBC that has apparently been misbehaving. I'm convinced it's Mr. Blobby.
Is that pictures of stuff like? Is that what I heard? There's a picture of.
Admittedly, I've not actually read the full story. I've just read a lot of the stuff on the discourse on Twitter, like randomly and wildly, incorrectly speculating, probably.
Can we have a new segment for Tony Turner and call it Tony's NFL Pitch of the Week? All right.
You're not sure where that one came in?
I don't know. Turtle he's going after you. You've been away for a while. He's trying to find material to go after you. He's old patriot. Oh, he likes your shirt.
BX wants me to go back to the strain of the week.
There you go. Are they
Oh,
Irish
everyone
by any chance?
suspects it's Mr. Norton, do they? Interesting. Interesting. I still think they should look out for Mr. Blobby.
So, Gary, what did I miss out on last
All
week?
right, so you missed out on the big news, as I said, and I think we brought it up. So it looks like Declan Rice is an Arsenal player, and yeah, we couldn't keep Declan Rice out of our mouth, Mr. Tom, but we haven't heard from you since that's happened. So everybody, here's Tony's take on the 105 million pound player that is Declan Rice, who I believe has done all his medicals, probably signed all the paperwork, is planned to be on the plane. I think it's this Sunday when Arsenal takes off for the USA.
Yeah, I
And
think
I
he's
mean,
just finishing up his vacation.
so him and Timber, who also has not been announced and people think will be announced first, and then Rice will get the last say. Arsenal will play, and then we'll see him in a shirt hopefully next week. So Tony, talk to me. Talk to us.
Lots of money. And I want to know, I'll have to wait until Thursday unless Ray shows up pretty quick. What about the Arsenal way? He's always preached, oh, we need to do the Liverpool model. But nope, what are we doing? We're back to big dick swinging with Chelsea and City and Newcastle.
So you don't want us to do what you want us to do.
No, I'm fine with it, but Ray's always saying it's
Yeah.
not the Arsenal way. But apparently it is now. And Ray
Well, I
will
guess
be okay with it because Uncle already did it. But
there you go. As Stefan said, it's a great signing.
I think it's a good signing. Too much money. Way too much of English tax. I mean, now that should set a price on what you would get for Saka. What would it be him? 150 million pounds?
Yeah, and would that be wrong?
Well,
All right, so that
but
it's good for.
it's just crazy to me the values of these deals. A lot of it's because of agent fees. I think that stuff still needs to get sorted out.
Yeah, I mean, people. I don't. Most of the time, teams aren't selling their top talented players anyway. So by the time you do sell them, prices will have come down somewhat. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, the only way you can get better is if you keep your best players.
I just want to know how much over a term of this deal that his agents are getting.
We don't care
Probably
now, do we?
30, 40 million. I do because it jacks up the values of these trades. And it's too much on these transfers.
And until they put some rules in, you got to deal with it. If
They were working on those at the end of the season. I'm not sure
yeah,
what's happened to any of those.
yeah, yeah. Colonel Ward is not liking all the segments for Tom. To be fair, I don't know what he means by that. I'm not sure what he
Oh,
means.
yeah. The 13 seconds I eat a crisp and the 40 seconds I ask a question. It's real dominance over the proceedings.
So it takes away from the show, I guess is what he's saying. Timber will take Pitbull with him. Yeah.
They just want to hear about me almost dying, I guess. And
Well,
Tom causing.
one
No one
wanted to hear.
wants to hear that, Tony.
No, we already went through it. You ate a crisp, and you shouldn't have.
I ate a bag of crisps, not a crisp.
The man's on a diet where he's supposed to watch certain foods, especially spicy ones. So he bought a bag of spicy chips.
You should see a bag I'll bring out later.
Well, he's going to try and kill himself on the stage. Let's not do that, Tony. Rice to Arsenal, Tierney back to Celtic. I hope not. Yeah, I mean this is right, Stan. Can the Celtic afford Tierney. I mean, he was 25 when they sold him. He's worth a lot more right now.
I
Definitely
still see him go to probably Newcastle, would be my guess.
I don't know how Arsenal can be selling some of their better players unless they're gonna have answers, right? They have answers, and we need to be able to play with multiple, with our bench, and they're not always going to be exactly the same player. Especially, there are different roles for the same position. Sometimes it's all right.
Did you talk about our departing player last week?
No, we did talk about him. You're done with Rice?
I think he's a good player, but just an insane amount of money.
But he's
I thought it was crazy 50 for White, 110 whatever, 120 some people with the bonuses. I like the player, but not for that much money. Maybe 75 million.
Ward as well.
They're all going after you, Mr. Tom. I hear what you're saying, Tony. But
Fuck him. I'll take him on.
What he does he fill holes for Arsenal?
Of course he does. I mean, he needs to. I would take Party's role, and now Party would be a backup.
Would you play both of them together?
I don't like the double pivot.
How are we beating City?
We can. Oh, depends if we want to go to, like I do, 4 center backs at the back. No fullback.
4 center backs. Who are these center backs now?
The one that they were using at the end of the season when they went and won with treble.
You want us to go? What? You want us? No. You want us to copy City with who? Is the question. Who does Arsenal have to play these 4 center backs? Is White not a good right back? Is Zinchenko not a good left back? Is Tierney not a good left back?
Yeah, but what about the other players working?
I asked you a question. Who?
You got Timber.
Okay. And Kirior is also who you want on the back line?
I mean, it doesn't take long if you just put.
That's not the question.
But yeah, it's easy, Gary. Look, you're going to have 2 back there all the time. You're going to have Gabriel and Saliba. Saliba going down to the number 2 shirt instead of a weird 12 shirt. Didn't understand that, but
I hear you. I don't know. I don't know.
Now he has a real number. He has a real defensive number now.
Yeah. I don't know if Arteta is at that level yet to do that.
But there's 3 players right there, Gary. White, Saliba, Gabriel. Is it that hard to put a 4th? You could almost say Tierney because Tierney plays center and back.
And why do we need to go to that? Why do we need to go to that formation? Why with those players? Is that to play against City?
So we can have the defensive ability to drop back. We lost the league because of defense. Our defense dropped off drastically after the World Cup.
Defense dropped off for multiple reasons, right?
Yep.
Tomiyasu is hurt, right?
Yeah, but is Tomiyasu to be here before the season starts?
He's still here right now. I mean, until he's gone, he's still here right now. And
but how many of those are you fighting to keep? How hard are you to fight to keep Tierney? Knowing his injury issue, even though last year
he was fine this past season, we just never used him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the problem is, like, if Arteta is speaking to him and he's not saying "get me out," then he must be saying "I'm going to play you." Supposedly they had a discussion, whatever it was, over the weekend or Friday or something like that. So if he's staying, that means he's playing. Or else why
Does
would he
that mean
say
it-
and get the?
Does that mean he's starting? Do you move
Does he
Zinchenko to
start?
another
No,
spot?
no, he doesn't have to start. He can start, and he should be able to start games for Arsenal. I think that's the problem. People, does he have to start
I
every game? No, but he can
I have
start
him
games for
starting a
Arsenal.
majority of them.
You don't see that happening, right? Because Zinchenko is where Arteta wants to go.
But can't you put Zinchenko where Zaka was?
And you just spent all that money on Havertz.
Yeah, but
And
isn't he more
Havertz been told, Arteta has said Havertz is going to help us improve the midfield. Where else is he going to go?
attacking in
Where
the middle?
and take whose spot?
Uh, I think who you take out
Taking
of there.
Xhaka's spot, right?
It's Zaka's spot, but yeah, it'd be what would it be? Rice, Zaka, or I mean Rice. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Havertz is coming in potentially maybe to take Xhaka's spot. And if Rice, as you say, he's going to take Partey's spot, then there you go.
I would still have Zinchenko there instead of
Instead of that,
Harvich.
oh, okay.
But he gives you depth.
So
I
he'll be
think-
higher. You want him higher up the pitch than where he is now.
Yeah, I want him higher up the pitch. I think that's kind of what Arteta's seen in him. Unless, like you said, he sees him in that Zaka role, which
Yeah,
I still see Zinchenko
I don't
there.
see him moving
Because then
that far up the
Zinchenko's
pitch.
not a defender. Sorry.
Very true there. Well, hopefully Arteta has learned that, but we'll see. He seems to be learning stuff gradually.
Tom, what should we talk about now?
You haven't even talked about your favorite number 8 leaving. But anyways, here we go. Kirio is not being. You know what? At one point this summer, Kirio was asking to leave. Now everybody's saying he's staying. So there's a lot that this is the crazy season, as the title of the show. And Kirio they were saying wanting to leave. Now, I never thought that, but he might need more time, but he definitely looked
How
fine
much
to
did we
me.
spend on him again?
I think 25 or something like that.
I don't know. You're buying these other defenders. I don't think we've seen enough of him to judge how good he is. Maybe he's good for the FA Cup, maybe group stages of Champions League. But that's what you have to worry about is just filling up that. Because Harvard's, I would just play him in cup games for the most part.
You're gonna spend 35 mil, 65 mil on a player, and you're saying he only gets cup games?
Don't you want to win cups, Gary?
I'm just telling you what you just said with your comment.
Yeah. We spent 25 million on a center back we didn't use that we could have used and saved and won the league.
But you want to spend 65 on a player and use him even less. Because you're not even saying giving him Premier League games. You're saying he's a cup player. That's what I'm hearing, anyways.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
All right.
Am I having coming in 7 at 30 minutes? Change it up.
Yeah, I can see that, but he's going to start for Arsenal. I can see that part. Havertz and Erdegaard will play right behind the forward, sweeping into the box to wreak havoc. I hope so. I hope that opens up things and gives I don't think Xhaka definitely made it easy for us to made it easy for teams to defend. They just key off of Erdegaard, and Xhaka's not going to do anything. So
Okay, can we talk about him now?
So say hi to Anders. Welcome to the show. And we were listening to Tony's takes on Rice. if he can deputy and rotate with Gabriel Saliba, will look solid. Yeah. Well, that's hopefully Arteta seems to let players play for. He did this to Erdegaard, right? He brought him in January, and then he seemed to hit the wheels running when the fall happened. So yeah, Tony's been. I don't know if he's been smoking, but
No, I have not smoked today.
he's been eating a lot of crisps that he shouldn't. So yeah, Xhaka is gone. Everybody's happy. A lot of people are even happy. You missed. I don't know if you saw it, but Stan on
They are happy?
Stan on the show had his
I
hat and
disagree
his.
with you, Gary. The majority of the tweets I've seen,
There are a lot of people, at least the louder ones you've seen.
that just to me
Are
it's
you?
nuts.
So
It's
tell
like
me, are you happy?
I'm fucking ecstatic, especially getting 20 million for him. When last year we were to get 13 to 15 million for him. He's not any better of a player. He was just put in a place that he didn't hurt the team.
Very true.
Because, like I said, Smith Rowe, he could have played there. Zinchenko could have played there. Lots of people could have played there.
Yeah. And as Spencer says here, oh, is it Spencer? No, it's Sam saying let's talk something else before Mr. Tom passes out on us.
I try to get Tom to talk, but Tom doesn't want to talk.
No, I'll tell you what I find boring about this, right? Sorry, I know I should be more professional with this. So what I find boring about it is the fact that we've talked at them rice for about 2 weeks across about 15 shows.
But we didn't talk about it with Tony, so Tony got to have his
I
say.
was gone for a
Tony was
2
out
weeks.
there trying to kill himself with crisps. All right.
I wasn't trying.
Fine.
That wasn't my intention.
All right. But I'm not good at hiding, right? I'm not a
I'm
professional
talking about
TV
my whole
presenter.
squad.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't. You know, you're fine. You're fine.
Tom,
If
Tom,
you blurted out and started like screaming at us, I would have enjoyed that.
Tom, how long did I spend on rice? I quickly moved on.
I don't know, Tony. I tuned out about 15 minutes and 12 seconds ago. So
I know, and I tried to get you
I'll be
involved.
honest, right? No.
You just said,
I'll
fuck
be honest,
off.
right? No. I will sit here, right, and Sam will think I'm not listening, but then I'm able to regurgitate what he actually said to me or sounded along those lines. However, in this specific situation, if to save my own life, if you tested me on 4 seconds of what you said, I'd be dead.
All right, so we're moving on.
Tom, does that have something to do with what happened last week?
Probably. No, I don't know. What?
You talked to me yesterday on WhatsApp about it.
You're bringing up personal affairs
I'm not bringing up personal affairs. I'm just talking about Tom tuning it out.
He's doing the thing because again, you can't trust Tony with anything. He will betray you. I'm just telling you this right now. He will betray you. Anyway, but he's laughing because he knows I'm right as well.
I'm laughing because I finally got you to fucking talk.
Yeah, I don't know if I said anything to you, Spencer, but welcome to the show.
No, I was politely allowing an Arsenal discussion, okay, without nonsense.
There you go.
We'll go with that.
Good.
So let's go. You know what? So we talked about rice. We talked about Xhaka. I don't know much about wrestling, but I do know Chinese takeaway. So tell me your go-to on a Chinese takeaway menu.
I'll tell you what I had on Saturday, okay? Not necessarily. I had it's called dry special chow mein, which is basically what they mean. They don't put their special sauce on it. Or I knew I shouldn't have said special sauce because I know Sam Greenwood right now is typing. Oh, is it a salty sauce? I know he's typing that. Sam Greenwood. I knew it. Anyway,
He's saying cream of some young man.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
Look, Sam's going after you. He says you're the one bringing up all that chatter about, private stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Anyway, point is, so it's basically special chow mein. There's gonna be pork in it, beef, chicken. There's 2 prawns. You get 2 prawns specifically. You get 2 prawns.
2 prawns.
2 prawns. Okay.
You were scrimping on you.
So are prawns any bigger than the shrimp you would get in America? Are they bigger? They're like prawns. And
Well, no, they're not the king prawns. Like they're not the baby prawns. They're all right.
Yeah,
but
but
then
to-
Hey, Colonel
but
Colonel
here-
Ward Colonel Ward's got something to say about yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven has joined us. Welcome to the show. How are you doing, my man? Everybody's giving up their menus. General Chow's I saw got two comments of a yes. The dried noodles without the special sauce. Interesting.
I know what I would get 2 years ago, but
2
I can't
years
get
ago?
the same thing. Yeah, 2
Asian?
years ago I would get
Mhm.
sesame beef because they take it, they fry the beef, then they throw all the sesame in there. And there's a place here. You get about 3 pounds of food for about $7.
Is it real?
And yeah, it's just straight beef. It's just lots of beef, then rice underneath it.
Hang on,
Nothing
hang on,
else.
hang on. So if you pay a bit more, do you get gay beef?
I didn't even know where you were going with it, but you went there. I went somewhere I didn't even think.
Well, I don't know what
Is it-
straight beef is. What's straight beef, Tony?
That's why I
What's
asked
straight
him.
beef?
That's why I asked him if it was real. If it was real, and he said
Straight
no.
beef. Just beef. It's just strictly beef. Straight beef.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it, Mr. Tom.
What's
I got
straight
it.
beef?
I see, Tony. You don't get any of the Stan's secrets anymore. You just can't keep them to yourself. So he stopped telling Tony secrets back in 2021.
I have no one beef. Very good. Yeah. Right. So
But Tom,
you get your
Tom,
Fuck's
with
sake.
gay
Go on,
beef,
Tony.
gay beef going on with the gay dynamic duo that you love, Pretty Deadly in wrestling.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
I was
mean,
watching wrestling today. You didn't
they
tell
serve
me
it in the
about.
bralette.
You didn't know, not the bralette. You didn't tell me about the tuxedo shirt.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about the tuxedo shirt.
Stephen,
Tom.
thanks for your help saving the land up there up north. Gets 2
Right.
weeks off. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. You deserve it.
Right.
Tom asked the local Chinese to add their own special sauces. I wonder what would come out in a food inspection.
But what I would get now would be either beef lo mein because I have to basically not eat much rice, so it'd be probably beef lo mein or like a Mongolian beef with noodles.
Tony, you're funny, man. You're funny. He went on like nothing happened.
What? Right. So I've got my dry special chow mein. I don't know why I did that. Dry special chow mein. I have a curry sauce, but I also get the sweet and sour prawn balls, which then come through the sweet and sour sauce. So I'll put some of it. I'll tell you what I do. Curry sauce, a little bit of it on. Sweet and sour sauce, a little bit of it on. Stir it. Bit of curry sauce, a little bit of sweet and sour sauce. Stir it again. Then put the prawn balls on, and then just.
So do you put a giant prawn in the middle and put 2 little balls underneath?
But we established they're not giant prawns. So how does that?
No, I'm saying you could do that, right?
Oh
You
boy.
could switch it up for bigger ones.
Ryan is on the show. He's not really enjoying BBC right now. So
Hang on. So you would want a giant prawn with your straight beef?
No, I would want, if I'm going that way, then I'm getting the prawns, or as here, normal shrimps. Because here we only call the bigger ones prawns.
All right.
Right, Gary?
I don't know.
Sometimes get their ribs but with honey on them.
Mm.
Surprisingly delicious.
You know, I like the ribs, like with the red ribs. I eat that. I eat that if like you can only have one thing, I'm having ribs. But I usually like I've had the fried rice, but then also they've got this like a ginger and onion rice, which is really good. I actually like that. Yeah, they want. Yeah, Ryan's here and says hi. Spencer wants visual aids. Oh,
Yeah,
odds.
yeah, yeah,
But it
yeah,
was
yeah,
aids.
yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
That's if I go to Pearl City. If I go to Cannon, I get uh, the chicken curry and an egg fried rice with pork. It's delicious.
Mm. Mm. Cool. Yeah. No, I definitely I usually get the same thing at a Chinese restaurant. So if hopefully
Oh
the
no, no, no,
buffet
no, no.
that you're taking me to has all you can eat ribs at the buffet place.
I don't
His
believe they
those
do actually.
That is
those all
terrible.
you eat buffets that he goes to sounds great because you just got all these worldly foods that you can have, and that would be good.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Not
have
bad
like a
for
bit
me.
of everything.
Yeah, and Stefan says
That's
we're just
what
talking
Tom's. Do
nonsense
you know
now.
what Tom? Do you know
Yeah.
what Tom's gonna do, Gary?
What's
He's
that?
gonna invite me. He's gonna invite me to Linden,
Yes.
and then he's gonna
No,
take me to the buffet.
Yep.
Then
no,
he's gonna
because I'm not
watch me
inviting you
fucking
to
drop
London.
dead.
I'm not
What's
gonna
wrong
watch
with
you
you?
drop dead because I'm not gonna invite you to London.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. So
What if I come to?
you're
If
not
I
going to
come,
London.
if I come to Linden, you're not gonna meet up with me, Tom. Is that what you're
If you
saying?
come to Linden, I'd want to know who Linden is, as you put it.
Linden.
No, but no. I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this.
Hmm.
I'll find different meals at different Chinese restaurants that I think they're really good at. For example, Pearl City's curry is terrible. But
So tell me which
on.
meal, Tom.
Oh my gosh.
What meals would you take me to? At what restaurants? Which ones would you want me to try?
Well, obviously restaurants with wheelchair access. Sorry. Couldn't help it.
We're gonna have to
Did,
steer this. We're gonna have to take this
did,
trip a little bit back
did,
onto the road.
do
We're
you know
going
what
off
you
on the
get with
road.
that, Tom? You
No,
end
we're
up with
not going there.
one of my
Stop it.
prosthetic legs up your ass.
Okay, there you go.
That's what
So
happened.
then we're done. Yeah. So let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna
not
turn
sorry
Tom
enough I
into a
didn't
little.
say it.
We went from
We're gonna see
restaurants.
Tom.
Went from restaurants to disappearing
Let me finish,
prosthetic
Gary.
legs.
Let me finish.
I don't want to.
It's a trip, baby.
With it in there, he'd be like this little leprechaun that bounces around. One little leg, then you see his two little legs sticking out. His little fuzzy
All
beard
right.
that he's growing back.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went from like keeping. See, this what happens when you bring Tom into the conversation, right? We were fine just sitting, me and you talking football. Next thing you know, you want Mr. Tom involved, and for like 20 minutes, we're talking Chinese food, prosthetics in places they're not supposed to be, and yeah.
And look how
I
happy he
was
is
gonna
that
ask you.
happened. Look at the grin on his face.
We got a road trip. Can we have a kitchen
We
trip?
talked about football for a bit. Let's go back to some football, though. You'll be concerned. I think you're concerned. You're all concerned.
Of course I am.
Albert Sambi Lakonga did not make the trip. The man's injured. So he's
So
not
that
going
means
to.
we can't sell him, probably.
He didn't make the trip. I didn't know you invited him.
He didn't make the trip. The man never makes the trip, man. You always want to call him
He
up.
turned
He's never
down
ready.
the invites.
He's never ready.
He blocked Gary when he sent the link.
Yeah.
He won't block Gary. No,
Nah,
Gary.
he probably
Gary's
doesn't want to
never
come on
blocked
his
by
show.
anyone on Twitter.
I got a trip for him. I want him to do well, but he's just not ready for Arsenal. So I heard Burnley wants him.
Gary said I've got a trip for him. That sounded like a threat.
I'm sending him to Burnley. That's what
I
I'm
don't know. It
saying.
sounds like he's gonna go all Tanya Harding, hire a guy.
Yeah.
But it sounded like Gary was gonna go in there with the crowbar by
See,
himself.
and now Sam can't sleep now. Lakonga is injured, So I don't
So
know.
Gary,
Yes, sir.
what did you think of the Harvard's deal? And the
The
price.
Harvard still. I didn't. I wanted Casado and Rice. I'd rather spend the extra 20, 30
There you
mil.
are talking about food again, Gary. You told us to get away from food. You bring
I
food up.
was talking about football
Can
player named
I
Declan Rice, Tony.
can I just
Oh,
I just say hello to Ryan, and I'd like to thank him for tearing himself away from Twitter for 20 seconds, because I know he spent all day crying about how Saka looks in the new FIFA game.
Yeah, you know what? That is. I saw a lot of players being mentioned in terms of the way that they. It's like they went and
None of them look like what they're supposed to. It's
yeah,
terrible.
I don't understand. Like the technology is much better. You could make.
it probably has to do with losing the FIFA deal.
No,
You
FIFA
lose the.
only. Nah,
You don't
no,
think so?
FIFA only. It's the FIFA just had the name branding. FIFA only
Yeah,
own
but
the name FIFA. They didn't
yeah,
actually own any of the components of the game.
but you had PES. They always had the shitty looking players, and they didn't have the
Yeah, I didn't get
FIFA backing. So
those look and feels of the players. I know they can do much better, and maybe there's a copyright or something like that, and so they can't you make them look exactly the same or something ridiculous like that. He mentioned it once, Mr. Tom.
It kept popping up on my feed, so just
Yeah, everybody was
so
all upset at those videos of the football players.
Casado
I
and Rice and no Harvards.
I would have had Casado and Rice, and then I would have thought about maybe fixing numbers up top.
Does Casado and Rice come with a special sauce as well?
I don't know, and I don't. That's not. We're not going there. Not going there. Everybody wants to hear Ryan's rant about. Was he ranting about? Or was it just the video game? See, look at that. Spencer saw it 5 times on his Twitter feed. So there you go, Ryan. You put it out there. Everybody's
I never get Ryan's things to pop up anymore. It's kind of disappointing.
So they have to remove the faces. Wow, I didn't. That's pretty powerful. Yeah, no, I didn't. I saw that, Mr. Tom. I did see your message from Mahatma Gandhi about never bet the early kickoff. I didn't. You were. I didn't believe it until I saw it. But you've got proof now.
I told you all that he definitely said it.
I see it. I see the quote now, so I know that is true.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I would have it on video as well, but the battery ran out.
That's always the way, right? Right when you went out ready to go, just like it's gone.
I don't trust it without the video evidence, Tom.
Mahatma Gandhi and Mr. Tom talking at the. Yeah.
How can I don't understand how you won't believe me and Candy?
Yeah.
Would you have curry with him? Would you have that type of food, or would you go have Chinese takeout with him?
I'd probably no, because obviously if I had Asian inspired food, that would be like me going to China and having McDonald's. Like it'd be pointless. So I'd want him to experience our culture, and I'd make him beans on toast.
So there you go.
I like that band beans on toast. By the way.
True.
I don't care what you like. Gandhi like it.
Huh? You can like the band and the food.
So yeah, I don't think. I think that might be. I'm hoping that's not it, but that might be it for Arsenal's incomings. Balogun made the trip, so I don't know. Hopefully, you get to see him play.
It'd be stupid to me to sell him. I don't care if it is for over $40 million.
As you 1 minute you're talking about FFP, I tell you how they can fix it, and you tell me it's not a good idea either.
We got other players. We got
We don't have any
We got
player worth.
Lakanga.
We have no player worth as much as Balogun that right now doesn't have a spot in the team.
You got Pepe. There's lots of players.
As
you
I
can
said,
get.
you can add up all those other players you're talking about, and they probably don't come to Balogun's price.
Yeah, but those players need to go.
Can
We
you
need a
sell them?
striker.
Can
Do
you
we
sell
need a
them for?
striker, Gary?
Can you sell them for
We
anything?
don't have a striker.
Balogun's
We
not
have
a striker just yet. A Premier League striker. He's not even a professional striker.
yeah, but he can again do cups. You want to win in different competitions. You want depth, so you would keep Balogun. Eddie, you would try to work out alone.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'd have to cover a third of his salary or something. But
yeah, that's the problem with Encadia. They kind of put themselves in a box there to either sell him or own him, which doesn't make
that's still the stupidest fucking deal in the world. It really is. 5 years, 5 years, $100,000. If you did it for 2 years, fine. But 5 years, it's fucking just.
Yeah.
What has he shown to think you that he's worth $100,000 for 5 years?
We're all still waiting.
How much was he worth a week last year, Gary? 20,000?
Better than more than that.
$7,000, like
worth more than that.
$3,000, like Saka was getting 3 years ago.
This is showing Tom Dad. My dad's accountant. I think we're losing them.
So how much? Because I know this came up last week. How much is Saliba's new weekly earnings, Gary?
I think it's closer to what Saka's is.
So 200,000.
Probably.
Do we know what my boy and your boy, but Gabriel at the back?
Who knows? Probably not that much.
But isn't he a lot better defender?
I don't know. So he's potentially wise. No. Saliba potentially wise is better.
I don't think so.
He's potentially better.
Who played over 4,000 minutes last year, Gary?
Because he got injured, Tony. Potentially,
he still would have
which is the word, right, Tony?
Gabriel would still been playing.
Why do you always state your facts in the form of a question? Who played over 4,000 minutes last year? Why can't you just say the player that played 4,000 minutes last year?
Okay, Gabriel that played 4,000 minutes.
Thank you.
Sam said,
your life not being fucking cryptic.
Sam said, what happened when Saliba was out of the lineup?
I'm having the best time.
But we bought a new center back that we didn't use. We used fucking hair plugging Holding. His hair plugs would do more good in the defense than Rob Holding would.
I don't think Arteta was. That's why I didn't like the Carrier deal in the first place, because he wasn't a Carrier, he wasn't a Jorginho or a Trossard in the sense that they were ready to play in the Premier League. He wasn't.
Why the fuck did we buy him, Gary? Why?
I can't. The same way. Why did we bring Erdegaard? They saw something in him. He didn't play as well as we wanted him to when he first came in, but they got him in early. I think that's the same thing you're going to see with Carrier.
Yeah, but that was the opposite with Odegaard. First year we got him on loan. He did great that 6 months.
He was all right. He definitely hit the.
He started
the road
very
running.
poorly the season after. He started poorly.
And then what happened by the end of the season, right? He looked much better.
He was cruising, but he started off.
But like
poor.
I said, he
started off poor compared to what he initially did on that winter transfer deal.
Yeah. I hear you. You make me feel. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see Tony on Match of the Day.
So,
Yeah, he'll be
so
sat
this
there.
is
He'll
called.
be sat there. He'll be sat there with Ian Wright and Alan Shearer, and he'll butt in and go, "Oh, but so who was your first England goal against, Ian? Who was your first goal for England?" And he'd be like, "Well, not doing a good job on this one." But you know, he'd wind them up. He'd wind them up by, he'd be like, "Why didn't you win more trophies, Al? Is it because you went to Newcastle?" Actually, no, that's much more direct. Tony would be far more cryptic. He'd be like, who could you have played for instead of going to your hometown club?
Yes.
Who? That's how you would do it, isn't it?
Tom, what would you want me to see? Would you want me to see me sober or after I've been stoned on BBC? Do you see Tony sober on BBC or stoned Tony on BBC?
He was
Or-
joking
Or a
in the
little bit
first
of
place.
both.
He's just talking about regular Tony.
I know. What? I'm not
There
sure.
isn't a
Nobody-
sober Tony. There isn't a sober Tony because you're always stoned.
Well, I wasn't. Like,
Are you stoned right now?
no, I am not.
You said he's not. But
He's not.
we're getting. This is the regular Tony. Come on.
Regular Tony is more of
Of a
a
knob?
dick than Stone Tony, and more cryptic. So Gary,
That's
is
Stan's
called
right. Stan's
transfer.
got it. This is exactly what he would do. He'd go, "Garth, has Stone done?" No. He would ask. No. I can tell you this. I'll tell you this as fact. He would send Garth Crooks a text during the show asking Garth to ask him how stoned he is. That's what he would do.
And then he would ask. Like you said, Ian Wright about something Ian Wright's told him in the on the chair while they're getting the makeup on.
I'd
said,
be
"Remember,"
asking him
and he would
about the
ask him about
beers.
that.
I'd be asking him about beers he likes.
Yeah.
His favorite Arsenal kit advert that he's done.
And then if he says anything that slightly deviates from that, you'll go, "That's not what you told me on December 31st at 4 p.m.
But I can always trick the audience. Do a
See,
little
people,
bit
this
of
is what you
makeup.
miss when you didn't have Tony on the show. You're getting them all the blast, a full blasting of like Tony.
How fucking
Tony
happy
Tony
he is.
takes.
Look how happy he is.
I've been locked up for a week, nearly dead. Now I get to talk. It's fun. I missed
I
The
you
think
world
we
guys.
should eat some more crisps.
and the world is all the better for it, right?
I missed you guys.
And I was
Everybody in the comments. Miss Gary. I
Yeah.
got to talk to Tom a little bit.
I'm glad you get to talk to people. Yeah.
We had a pretty good talk for what? About 90 minutes last night, Tom?
Yeah, Tony phoned me, and I thought, oh fuck, it's Tony. But I thought, no, I better pick it up in case he's dying, right?
Wait. Can you say that again? Because I like that. Let's try it again from the top.
Oh fuck, it's Tony. but no, I'll tell you why. Because he'd phoned me the previous week, and I wasn't awake to answer the call. So, but I thought, oh fuck, I better answer this one. So I did. And to be fair, yeah, it was a nice regular chat. It was like, oh, Tony's alive, which despite the things I say about him and the fact that I'm about to spend the next 10 minutes roasting him, I am pleased that he is alive. I will categorically say that. But I am also going to offer him lots of crisps.
Tom, speaking of crisp, isn't it time for you to have some? Or do you have some chicken wings in the background?
Oh, you know
got
what?
both.
Before we do that, because Tony, you haven't been around for a while.
Tom's told me
I've
about it.
been
but
working in the lab.
I don't have a clue.
I've been
what you
working in the
two
lab,
have been
so here we
working
go.
on.
So it is, we are getting it's 65 minutes. I haven't even eaten dinner, so I will be thinking about leaving. At some point, you'll get some food. But before we do that, let's. that segment. Spare rib crisp. I just still can't. I still don't get it.
Did you? But you did that music, Gary. You were doing by Asian. So why didn't you do more of Tom's Asian flavored crisp, like his
Dude, it
prawns?
took me
And...
a while to get that together. Chill out.
We don't actually have.
Get your
I
shit
ne-
together, Gary.
I didn't think it would get this far, so I don't actually have a list of what the crisps were on a week by week basis. But I imagine the spare rib / kebab flavour came out quite often because it's one of the better ones.
So, Stefan, did you not enjoy the show? You keep talking about this utter wank, but did you not enjoy hanging out with us for a bit?
He says that. No, he says this kind of shit. Yeah, if we were actually discussing
Tom!
football, he'd be sitting there typing, "Oh, who the BBC's been abusing who this week?" Or he'd be coming out with some sort of fuck, allegedly. He'd be coming out with some sort of like anything.
Tom,
other than
aren't you
football.
fucking hungry? Grab the crisp already.
Yeah.
Then roast him as you go.
All right, let's do it. It's Chris.
Look at him. Look at him. Spend 7 days in the hospital and gets a bit feisty. It's a bit demanding. Tony, calm your tits. Calm your tits.
You know what, Matt said he'll be back. He said he'll be back. He said the summer months he's taking a break, and as you can see, he's been pretty busy out there pushing his word to the people. So,
he's not.
But he said he'll be back. But you know what? We
He's
did our
never
business.
wish me any lucks on my health, or
yeah.
Does he miss me or anything?
He says, yeah, Stefan, you enjoy it. Cool. All right, Mr. Tom, tell the people. You know what? You know what we're gonna do. You know what we're gonna do before you get there. We're gonna do on the big screen.
Have flame grilled steak. Walkers.
Flame grilled steak crisps.
Sorry, sizzling.
Oh, sorry, sizzling flame grilled steak. All right.
Sizzling flame grilled steak.
So Tom, I have a question. That's an awful tiny bag you have there, but are you trying to tell me I need to go to like the 3-ounce bags? But are those more ridged than the other ones from Max? Or is it just like the flavor supposed to be Max?
Man hasn't even opened it yet. Let him open the crisp.
This motherfucker, sit right here in his fucking chair with his tits. He's fucking like, get the crisps. I'm waiting for you to get the crisps. Then I'm going to fucking do the big sizzle reveal. And he's like, Tom, I've got a question. Tom. You know when you say my name, it sounds like it takes you 10 minutes to get every syllable. 3 letters. He's like, Tom. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've learned that southern drawl from Sam.
Yeah.
Sam does that. Sam taught me.
All right. Let's see here. Sizzling, flamed, grilled steak crisps. I don't know what Sam just heard ribbed and he went with it. I don't understand. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? See, Stefan, so you know the show. You know, Sam, you bring Sam in, you give him a trigger word, and he goes with it. Today's word was ribbed.
What you got, honey? Sorry.
I got Zops, New Orleans, kettle style, Cajun dill, gator taters.
Oh, this is the crisp that we were asking you about the other day, and you said, I didn't buy them. You just sent us pictures of them on the shelf.
Yeah, I had not bought them at the time.
$9.
But I went back and bought them. One bag that fucking damn near killed me. Also, Zaps, hotter than hot, kettle style jalapeno.
So you went back for the same brand, a different flavor.
No, I bought them both at the same time, Gary. I didn't know the other bag was that fucking kill me.
Right. Okay. The important thing.
Oh, the important thing.
They've got ribs. They've got ribs.
Do we want me to taste one of them?
No, not yet. No? Hold on. Hold your horses.
Tony.
You're already eating your crisp.
What is my culpability if you eat them?
0.
Because
You
you
just
blame
said-
me. You blame me when you ate a crisp and nearly died.
I ate a bag of crisps, Tom. Not a crisp.
all
I
I,
know you wanted.
all I know
But
there's a commercial that says you just can't eat one. So
aren't
there you
you
go.
curious what New Orleans kettle
No, we're not.
style
We're not. We're
Cajun
not. We're
dip?
not curious. We're not curious right this second. But we do need to have Mr. Tom give us his rating for
What?
the sizzling flame grilled crisps.
He's eating them so fast. I know they're going to be very high.
Well, I thought long and hard about this score.
Do it.
The score is 76,800,021 out of 94,300,042.
There you go, people.
So they're good, not great.
Yeah, they're not tops.
Respectable.
All right.
What do you like the most about them, Tom? The texture or the seasoning?
For some reason, ridged crisps are better than non-ridged crisps. I don't know why. I just
Yeah.
don't.
That's what I'm jealous of, is that you guys have so many of the rich flavors. Here, if you want flavor, you have to go to these kettle, nice
All
crispy
right. So
kettle cook.
open up your crisps, Tony, so we can do that and let these people go to sleep.
I can smell the deal.
Just have one,
Aside.
please.
Hang on, show us the crisp. What's it look like?
Is that? Show us a bigger one.
It looks like a bollock crust.
I would find the bigger one. Fuck. That's the thing with these kettle style,
That's
guys.
what she said.
Oh. You can't find the big one, people. Gotta lay it out on the table. So there you go. There's a big one. There you go. You can see the
Crispy?
dill. It's crispy. What about the flavor? You just took two.
think
I
you
said only one.
You can find things that look like that down in the clinic.
Come on, Gary. My first one was like this size.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So talk to us. Tell us. I don't know where this is going.
I would have just called them Cajun dill chips. Don't get the gator tater thing, because it does have a hint of chicken flavor, but not much. It's basically just dill chips.
There you go, people.
But it's a good seasoning on it, though.
Cool. What's your rating for this, so we can end this show?
8.5.
An
Hey,
8.5.
we haven't even got to the transfers. That's what I kept asking you about.
We already talked about. What do you mean? There's nothing else
Our
to talk
general
about.
transfer. You said transfer season. You were making a big deal about transfers.
We talked about them all.
We talked about the ones I missed out on.
That's all there is.
You know how I talk about other teams? You were hinting like you were the.
I actually was not.
I expected a more in-depth deal of
We
transfers.
spent 20 minutes with you talking about you and
Ones I
Mr.
missed
Tom
out
talking
on.
about Chinese food. What are you talking about? The show went where it went.
So you nearly died, and you came back with an attitude.
Yeah.
Do you like my attitude or
Trying
not,
to,
Tom?
I get you want to try to run the show, but we're 75 minutes in, dude. And it's time to go, as the man says.
Aww.
It's time to go.
I'm surprised that Colonel Ward's not upset that one of my million segments that he claims I had got an intro that I never created or asked for.
He didn't. Yeah, Tony's crystal like it was stuck in the back of the sofa for years. Fabio has said 24, 40 hours for the last week. He will eventually be right. Yeah, I think a lot of people said at the end of the week a lot of the names.
And 100% right.
Tony's
awful.
Crips fell off the Oh, jeez. So I don't even know why I put that one up there, Stan. All right, so Tony, say bye to the people so we can let them enjoy the rest of their night.
I missed you guys, all of you in the comment section. Missed Gary. Missed talking about transfers, especially when we're spending outrageous fees for these players. I still just want. That's what I missed is Thursday's show with Ray Fan Circle. I really wanted to just give him shit about him always talking about the Arsenal way, and now we're in the big dick swinging section.
Which is what you want.
That's
So
what you need to do.
So you should
I'm
be happy, but
with it.
you want to be sad.
I'm happy that we're spending the money, but we still need so much depth.
Very true.
How many players do we need, Gary?
Oh, we needed
Eight,
5
to
to 10 coming into this window. We got 3, so let's see. Let's see. All right, Tony, say goodbye to the people.
Good night, people. Goodbye, people.
All right, cool. Mr. Tom, tell him.
Yeah, not much different to what I'd usually say because, as usual, everyone has stepped up on this Monday evening. And, excuse me, sorry, it's rude to talk while I'm eating.
Stefan has been with us since the first minute of the show and the 75th minute of the show, but he hated it. I love that.
If we weren't talking, as I said earlier, if we weren't talking absolute rubbish, he'd been sat there going, "Why are you talking serious football, man? We're just meant to be chilling out and having fun and saying ultra pervy things." But anyway,
I thought he would like this spicy, flared up Tony.
I never got to do my Michael Jackson voice during the show.
Well, you can say it on the way out.
All right. But no, seriously, thank you everyone for supporting the show, for coming out in droves for the return of Tony Turner. That's what the show should have been billed as, really. Not silly season transfers. It should have been Tony's back, and he's back for revenge on the crisp company that made the crisps yet. I don't know who they are. But
Tom, I have one question. Should we sneak in a special segment section?
No, we're getting out of here. No.
Tom knows what I'm talking about.
No, we're getting out of here. I don't know where this is going, but as I like to say, thank you again for joining us. We'll be back. We'll be back on when is it? A week from now, for sure. Hopefully, Arsenal will have played. All their players would have been signed. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. We're out, people. We'll see you on the next one. Enjoy. Have a good night.
I'd love to finish my